Here I have a list of products. Now let's say I want to provide an alternative PDF version of the same list of products. Well, I want to show you how to do that in this episode. Now there are several ways to render PDF documents in Ruby, but one of my favorite ways is to use the PDF Writer gem. Now this is not exactly the fastest PDF renderer in the world, but it's very well documented and it has a good feature set and it's easy to use, so I really like it. To install it, you go to just do sudo gem install PDF Writer, and then you also need to load it in your environment.rb file. Just require the PDF Writer there. Now to draw something, go to our products controller here. We have our index action, which just right now just lists all the products. But to provide something in a different format, a second alternative format, there's a great little method called respond to that Rails gives us. And you just pass a block to this. And then on this variable that's passed, you can call different formats on it, and that will determine the priority and what formats you can render the same action in. So we want the first format to be HTML, which is just going to be the default. And because we're not passing a second block to that, it'll just render our template, which we want. But we can pass any kind of other formats we want on here. So we want to have a PDF format, and then we pass a block to here. And in this block, we can do any kind of rendering we want to send the PDF document to the user. So in here, we want to fetch our PDF object, PDF Writer, and then just fetch the new object there. And then for now, let's just render some text. And then we need to actually render the document and send it to the user. So to do that, I'm going to call send data and then render that PDF. So that's the content we're sending. And then I need to pass some options to this send data method, which one is the file name. Another is the type, which is application PDF. And then last one is disposition, and we want it inline. So that way the web browser displays it inline if it can. So let's try this out. Just go back to our page here. And to render in a different format, you just supply the extension. So in this case, .pdf. But we get an error here. And this is basically telling us that Rails doesn't recognize the PDF MIME type format. So we need to instruct Rails and register that new MIME type. So to do that, we go to our environment file and just register a new MIME type here. MIME type.register. And then the type, which is application PDF. And then the name of the type, which is just going to be PDF. And we still get the error because I forgot to reload our little server here, because we did update our environment file. Reload. Try this again. And it's working. We render our PDF file with just a simple word test. Now that's not very helpful. We actually want to render the content of our products. So let's go back here in our products controller. And so we're going to loop through our products. For each product, I just want to, for now, I'm just going to render the name instead of the word test. So we got a little loop there, reload here, and we got the name of all of our products. Of course, you can pretty this up, but I'm not going to get into that. But what I do want to show you is rendering PDF content right directly in the controller is not really very pretty. Controller is not designed for that. So a better spot for it is actually a separate object. And for that, I'm going to create a new file in our lib directory. I'm going to call it product drawer. Product drawer.rb, so make a new class here. And then I'm going to make a new class method in here. Just call it draw, how about, and takes the products. And this way, I can remove this content, and no matter how complex I get it, it's all tucked away nicely in this new product drawer class, so it's not cluttering up our controller at all. And then I just want to call render on that. So I made it a class method, so that way, let me change that right there. That way I can just call product drawer dot draw and then just pass our products to it. And that way it cleans up this PDF render in the controller a lot. Let's reload here and just make sure that still works, and it does. So we've successfully moved that into its own little class. Now, last thing I want to show you is how to display links, how to make a link to this PDF format from our existing HTML page. So if we go to our index.html, our HTML file there, let's say we want to add a new link here. Let's call it the PDF format, and then get the path to the formatted document. Because this is a RESTful site, I have map.resources products in my routes file, which means I get the little named routes helper methods for it. So that means I just call formatted products path, and then I just pass the name of the format in there. So that's how you link to or make a path to a specific format. And this way, if we go back to our normal HTML version, we get this PDF format path, which, as you can see in the status below, it links directly to that new format. So that's how you render PDF documents, and I encourage you to just take a look at PDF Writer. It's really cool, all the stuff you can do with it. Hey, do me a favor and check out our sponsor, peepcode.com. They make excellent Ruby on Rails screencasts, so it should be right up your alley.